without you. Maybe it's the only way to go through. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Evening. I hope everybody is well today. I did an afternoon show. I hope you liked it. I wasn't going to do an evening show, but there's a couple of things which have popped up, which I've seen online, which has definitely made me want to do an evening show to kind of chop it up and talk a little bit more about the whole situation with Ekitike, Isaac, Rodrigo, Guehi, Liverpool in general, finances, potential players that could be getting a chance in the pre-season. We can talk about the upcoming Crystal Palace Charity Shield game and the referees that we've got. Like, does it ever end? And obviously, I'd like to kind of chat with you lot in the chat as well today, and answer some of your questions and make this a bit more interactive today instead of me just waffling on for an hour and a half and maybe losing my shit a bit because we've signed Ekatike and I wanted Isaac. At the end of the day, still a really good player, and he's not injury prone, which is also a positive. And he's also younger. He's got a bit more to his game outside the box as well, which I find quite promising. He might be a bit more interchangeable on the wings, which Isaac isn't specifically wants to do that. Like, he wants to play as a number 9, as a sole number 9 as well. That's kind of how Isaac plays. He doesn't want to play with another striker in case we want to play with another striker. Ekatike's done that already. He did that with Mamouche, and it worked really well, and they scored a bags of goals. So I find that quite interesting. Yeah, I know Ben Jacobs is not ruling out Isaac. I know. I've got some stuff from Ben Jacobs. He's actually live now on Grizz Khan's channel, but don't go and watch it. Don't go and watch it now. Stay with me. But yeah, where do we go? Let me just give a couple of shout outs first. Also, massive shout out to Redbird for the £2 super chat on the channel. Amazing. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. The support. Really appreciate the support. Just a couple of shout outs to people. Big shout out to Mr. Blue Sky. Big shout out to Memtalk. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're well. Big shout out to Liverpool Goals. Big shout out to Invest Connect. It's a lot of money we're having to pay on players, I know. Big shout out to James. I've made you a moderator of moderators now, James. Okay, so just let you know. Big shout out to John 50. If you watch my show from this afternoon, I don't think the Isaac saga's over. I don't think it's over yet. Big shout out to Polo. Big shout out to Eric. Big shout out to Hayach. Big shout out to Andico. Hope you are well. Colin in the house. Dave team. Big shout out. Big shout out to Bruce Lee. Big shout out to Malcolm. Oh, appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. I know you're being sarcastic. 68 of you in here. Big shout out to Edward. Also, big shout out to John Summers. Just waiting for a few more to fill in, to drop in. Wait until we get to about 100 and then I'll start sharing more stuff. Big shout out to Drunk Virgo. Hope you are well, mate. No, they're not. They're not laughing at us. They're not laughing at us. I'll show you why they're not laughing at us, okay? Drunk. I'll show you why they're not laughing at us in a bit, okay? Just waiting for more people to drop in. Get it to over 100 and then I'll start sharing stuff. I think there's more to this than we know. Like, I genuinely do. Like, I said this in the afternoon show. I think this is Liverpool now pushing it over to Isaac and his agents and saying, look, ball's in your court now. Ball's in your court. Look, we've agreed terms with Ekatike. Like, he can be our new number 9. The choice is yours. Like, you know what you need to do. We floated 120 million. Newcastle have battered it off. But it's down to you now. Like, if you ask for the move, then we can negotiate. But Liverpool have said all along that if we don't have any indication from Newcastle that there's a deal to be made, then we won't put the money on the table. We won't put the money on the table. We need an indication that a player is going to be sold before we start throwing our money around. It's not what Liverpool do. If we go and throw 120 million at Newcastle, then Ekitike will cost 120 million because they clearly know we have 120 million and we're willing to spend it. So the price will go up for Ekitike, and then we'll end up being ripped off even more. Because Ekitike for me is maximum 50, 60 million pound player, but we're going to have to spend 77 million to get him out. Unfortunately, that's what it is. But we do need we do need Isak to have conversations with Newcastle and say, look, I want to move to Liverpool. If he doesn't say he wants to move to Liverpool, then we ain't getting him. It's as simple as that. Like, that's kind of how it's felt all the time. We've all sat there and thought the only way we're going to get Isak is Isak asks to move. We've all sat there and thought it because Newcastle have got tons of money. So it's like they're not going to let their star player walk out the door if the player doesn't ask to walk out the door. Look, at the end of the day, Essex Red, he's the kind of character we want at Liverpool because he probably won't push for a move because he's a humble guy and he doesn't want to piss the club off. And that's just unfortunate because if he was like Gyökeres, the guy go on strike and he start pissing in the owner's tea. Start making boiling piss and making him a cup of tea. And he deface his car. And he cut all his roses out of his garden. Or he'd send him a burning bag of shit on his doorstep. Like, that's what Gyökeres will do to move. Like, Gyökeres won't even turn up to the club. Like, but do you want that kind of guy? Like, or do you want a guy that's going to fit in really well with a good bunch of lads? Like, that's why we like Isak as well. He's a great guy. He's a great player. Like, he passes the no dickhead test. So, do you want him to force a move to come to Liverpool? And would we be okay with that if he did? Or would we be okay if he just had a word with Newcastle and said, look, I want to move. Like, I want to move. I want to move to Liverpool. Like, they're showing interest. Like, it's interesting. I don't think it's no ambition. I just think he doesn't want to leave Newcastle on a negative. He doesn't want to leave Newcastle on a negative. And a negative would be going on strike, putting in a transfer request, forcing a move. That would probably annoy the Newcastle fans. I know. And would we be okay with that? That's the question. Would we be okay with him doing that to come to Liverpool? There's a lot of us that be like, yeah, that's cool. As long as we get him, it's all that matters. Yeah. I find that an interesting one. I really do find that an interesting one. So we just have to wait and see. Just have to wait and see how that one goes. But Isak certainly knows we're interested, and Newcastle certainly know that we've got money. So, and there's lots and lots of rumours that Liverpool have got over 200 million to spend still. And David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano have also talked about that they don't think this is the last player that we sign. So, say we get Ekitike, we spend 77 on him, and then we go and get Rodrigo, and we spend 75 on him, and then we go and get Mark Guehi, and we spend 45 on him. Is that the window of all windows? Like, is that an absolutely stellar transfer window? That's the question. Is that a top transfer window? Because what I want to show you, there's 100 in you in here now. If you can hit the likes and subscribe, that'd be amazing. Let's get it up to at least 50 likes straight off the bat. That'd be cool. If anybody leaves a super chat or becomes a member, please let me know, mods, because this chat's going so fast that I might miss it. And let's crack on with some stuff that I want to share. First of all, I want to share this, okay? Because I find this really interesting. Hang on. Okay. Huh? Have I not got any saved? What? What? Okay, it's fine. Okay, so let's open this up. Right. This is Liverpool squad depth. Okay. Let me just hide that chat for a sec. This is Liverpool squad depth right now with what we've bought. Okay. If we're going into the market again, yeah, and we go and sign Ekatike, yeah, let's put Ekatike where Verts is, yeah, and then we go and get Rodrigo. Let's put Rodrigo. Let's put Rodrigo in that question mark. So you've now got Rodrigo, Ekatike, and then you'd have Verts. And then you'd have Frimpong down here. Then you'd have Kirkez. Then you'd have Mamadashvili, and then say we get Guehi. Like there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 other slots in the team. There's only 4 other slots in the team. Like we have literally upgraded like 70% of the team. We would have literally upgraded 70% of the team. So we'd have got a replacement for Trent. We'd have upgraded on Robbo. We've upgraded on Queven Gallagher. Then we've upgraded on the attacking midfielder, whether that's Dominic Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, whoever. Yeah, so we've upgraded there. And then we'd have upgraded on the striker from Darwin Núñez to Hugo Ekatike. And then we'd have upgraded from Luis Diaz to Rodrigo. Like, that is an unbelievable window of first team signings. I'm not talking depth. I'm not talking squad depth. I'm talking first team upgrades. I think that's an unbelievable window. That's an unbelievable window for me. So you think it's Guehi, Rodrigo, Mateta. So you don't think it's Ekatike? Because I've got loads of stuff saying it's Ekatike, like loads of stuff saying it's Ekatike. But if it's Ekatike and Mateta, then that is a monster window. Like that's just that's the only thing you haven't upgraded on is your midfield. But did you need to upgrade on the midfield when you've got Alexis McAllister and you've got Ryan Gravenberch, who was voted the Young Player of the Year? And you've got Dominic Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, who are really good midfielders. So you don't need a midfielder. You've got Virgil van Dijk, so you don't need a central defender there. You've got Joe Gomez, who can play central defence. He can play left back. He can play right back. Really versatile. And then you've got the likes of Cody Gakpo, who can play on the left-hand side. He can also play in the 9 if we need him to. He can also play on the right-hand side. He's not very good there, but he can. But that's just a brilliant squad depth with some of the rivals. Thought I'd share that. Okay. Next up, want to show you this. So just have a look at where our players are, the ones that we've just signed, in the EPL salary list. You've got Wirtz at number 25. Yeah. So Wirtz is getting less than Reinders, by the way. So all this shit about Man City, this, Man City, that. No, Man City still pay ridiculous wages. They still pay ridiculous wages, okay? We got Mo Salah on 24.1 million euros a year, which is fine because Mo Salah's the best in the world. Then you've got Virgil van Dijk on 21.1 million euros a year, which is fine because he's the best centre-back in the world. Then you've got Wirtz on 11.8. And you've got Frimpong on 6. The same as Delap. Okay? Frimpong is on the same as Delap. All right? Just to let you know. Just to let you know that we've got guys that aren't breaking the bank. They are not breaking the bank for their wages. What else have we got? Do some funnies. It's a shame, but if we signed Alexander Isak, isn't that the first player we'd ever signed with the name Alexander in it? I thought that was jokes. I also thought this was funny as well. She was there before the world knew his name. I mean, that's usually how grandmas work. Okay, I don't know whether you find that funny, but I found that funny, okay? I found that funny, all right? So I'm sad and I found that funny, all right? Maybe you didn't, but I did, all right? I found that funny, okay? I found that funny. I'll tell you what I don't find funny. This. I do not find this funny. This is the lineup of shit officials for our game. Chris Kavanagh, who is absolutely useless as a referee. And the fourth official, Tony Harrington, who was also really bad. But not only that, we got Paul Turney as VAR. Paul Turney as VAR. There you go. Yep, that's our first game in the FA Community Shield with an absolute awful set of lads officiating it. Nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change. Just a terrible set of lads. Also wanted to show you this. So Liverpool embarrassed Newcastle. Yeah. Just 3 days ago on Monday, it was reported by David Ornstein of The Athletic that Newcastle were looking to sign Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt with the intention of him playing alongside Isak. Given this move was going to be extremely expensive for a player who would essentially be a backup striker, doubts were expressed about the deal. Furthermore, an offer of 75 million euros, 65 million, was being looked at when the asking price was very clearly expressed to be 100 million euros, 86 million pounds, a bold strategy. Then on Tuesday, we then got the news that Isak was approached by Liverpool with and the ultimatum was delivered. Since Ekitike is a long-term target of Newcastle, this was a serious power move to make. A deal in the region of 120 million was communicated to the Magpies, which would be a Premier League record fee, and the Reds' intent was laid out for all to see. Can you really reject such a high offer? Well, just in case, Liverpool made an approach to Frankfurt regarding Ekitike's availability just hours ago this morning. It was announced by Fabrizio Romano that Newcastle had left talks for the Frenchman leaving Richard Hughes and Liverpool recruitment team to have a free run at him. That's Liverpool embarrassing Newcastle. Yeah. They wanted Ekitike. We wanted Isaac. We tried for Isaac. And then we still tried for Ekitike. And then Newcastle left with their tails between their legs. And now Newcastle are potentially looking at this guy. Shall we bring this one up? Because this one was interesting. Where is it? This one was very interesting when I seen it. TK, the Magpies now looking at targets. Victor Osimhen and Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez. I mean, this is a dream. This would be a dream if we could get rid of Darwin Núñez. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant news for me. I really would. Because we know Newcastle have got around 70 million left. So 70 million would do nicely, wouldn't it? Yeah, 70 million. They take Darwin Núñez, and then if we wanted, we can try and get Isaac again. Because they're not getting Osimhen because of this. They're not getting Osimhen. Okay, I'll show you this. Nobody's getting Osimhen now. No one's getting Osimhen. Osimhen's going to Galatasaray now. It's all agreed. So that's done. That was like 20 minutes ago. That's done. So Osimhen's going to Galatasaray. So Newcastle will lose another target if they really were in for him. So he's going. But if we could get 70 million for Darwin Núñez from Newcastle, oh boy, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. And this is the Ben Jacobs stuff. Yeah, builds good. Builds good. Liverpool made an approach for Hugo Ekitike, who is a leading target if Alexander Isak is not possible, as reported last week. LFC have approached both Newcastle and Frankfurt to understand both situations. Isak the priority, but Liverpool will quickly proceed with Ekitike if they determine Isak isn't possible this summer. Newcastle have had a 70 million bid for Ekitike rejected and are still trying to agree a fee. Liverpool ready to advance on Ekitike quickly once they determine Isak clarity. Richard Hughes to make the final call soon with input from Michael Edwards. Okay, so this was Ben Jacobs. And this was the latest on the Ekitike update. Where is it? Where is the latest on Ekitike? So there's a couple of bits here. So there's this one here. Richard Hughes always had a clear plan. Let's try for Isak, but Hugo Ekitike is not a second choice. He's a player they wanted since the beginning of the window. Obviously, if you can get a dream like Alexander Isak, then why not try? So that's the situation with Ekitike. he was always a player that we wanted, but Isaac was the dream. And then this one, Eintracht Frankfurt are hoping for 77 million for Ekitike. And then there's also this one that happened. This is all really new. So where is it? There's this one here. Yeah, this one. The reason Frankfurt rejected Liverpool's first offer, which was like 67 million for Ekitike, is because they want more money, and also someone at the club believes that Manchester United can still jump in the race, bringing his value up. So we don't want a situation where we have a race with another team. So that's the reason why the bid got rejected. I mean, mainly because it was 67 million and they want 77, but it's because someone at the club thinks that Man United are back in. However, Man United are bidding 70 million for Mbeumo because his price has gone up again. So that's going to happen. I know. Edwards has never lost a player he wants. I know. But we do want Ekitike. Like, he did want Ekitike. That is true. So he still hasn't. Like, obviously Isaac is the dream. Like, just like Fabrizio Romano said, like, Isaac is the dream. But if you can't get him, then you go for your second choice. But he was kind of first choice as well, though, if that makes sense. There's this one as well from Fabrizio. For Darwin, I would keep an eye on Saudi clubs. There's still a possibility that he could leave this summer, especially now that Ekitike is close to joining. So that's the update on Nunes. Loads of updates on Nunes there. So let's talk about some other players. We talk about Guehi. One to consider is the centre-back position. As we know, Liverpool tried to sign Dean Huijsen before he joined Madrid, and they were interested in Guehi. I think Guehi is still one to keep an eye on this summer because he won't be renewing at Palace. So I think Guehi is definitely high on the list now. But I also think this guy is also knocking around, and we have interest in him as well. We also have interest in him as well. Spanish publications expect Liverpool to sign defender Jarrell Hato soon. So there's rumours that we're going for Jarrell Hato. So I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know. I want Mark Guehi. I think everything makes sense for Mark Guehi. It really does. Makes a lot of sense. Also want to bring this up as well. He's set to receive a new contract. Club is extremely happy with him and think he has a huge future ahead. So Rio Ngamoa is going to get a new contract, which is great news. So that one's going to be good. Also, another deal that we're not involved with now is this one. Where is it? 2 seconds. We were supposed to be in for this person, but we've now pulled out of the deal. So I can't remember his name. What's his name? Will Wright. We're now out of that deal. So it looks like he's either going to Man City or Arsenal. Liverpool aren't interested in him anymore. And the fact that we're getting Ekitike, like, we just got bigger fish to fry, really. So we won't be signing Will Wright, and he also probably won't get any game time either, to be fair. So makes sense. Also, Alex Crook has talked about this. Canate has been stalling on putting pen to paper on extension because he is unhappy with the salary on offer. Hughes is known to drive a hard bargain, so it is likely Canate will have to lower his demands. So it's either Canate lowers his demands or we sell him. Also wanted to mention this one because this is from Romano. I don't think Liverpool are done yet. Even after Ekitike, I would expect another player to come in. So he thinks there's more, which is always promising. Always promising. So I'm genuinely just blown away by some of the shit that TalkSport says. Like, so TalkSport, yeah, has now said that Liverpool retain interest in Newcastle winger Anthony Gordon if Luis Diaz is sold. So Alex Crook said that we've already had talks with Rodrigo in New York. Okay, so Alex Crook's already said that, and that's been reported by a couple of journos now that we've spoken to Rodrigo in New York. Yeah, so if Diaz goes or Diaz doesn't go, then we keep Diaz, and I haven't got a problem with that. Like, no one's got a problem with that. Like, we keep him for another year, and then we try and sell him again, or we try and sell him in the next window. All right, whatever. But for TalkSport to then say, "Oh, we're not interested in Rodrigo anymore, and we're going for Anthony Gordon," I just think it's poor news. But the thing is, I can understand why Liverpool are holding out for 100 million for Luis Diaz, because Bayern Munich bid 100 million euros for Florian Wirtz, so we know they've got the money. So why would we not hold out for more when we know that they've got the money and they're desperate? Funny. What else have we got? Oh, I've got this one as well. Jaden Dans is fit again, so he's going to be available for pre-season. So he'll go on the squad. He'll go on the tour to Asia, which is good. 100%. 100%. 100% it is. Any more super chats or any new members? No, nothing. No, okay. Just checking. Yeah, just checking. Okay, so next bit. Some more funnies. You've got to see this. It's hilarious. So, got to show you this because it's hilarious. So basically, Crystal Palace were getting emails sent to them concerning UEFA deadlines about getting the information back so they could be in the Europa League. And they gave them the wrong email address. So they gave UEFA info@cpfc.co.uk instead of a proper email address to get hold of them. So they gave them basically the email address where you just send your crap to. Like, Palace deserve everything they get. I'm sorry. Like that is an absolute bum move. Like, so funny. I can't believe that. What else have I got? Oh yeah, I got this one as well, just in case anyone's got any questions around Ekitike. Like Ekitike got 15 goals in the Bundesliga last season. If he'd have done that in the Premier League, he'd be second behind Mo Salah, who got 29. So he would have outscored Luis Diaz and also Cody Gakpo. So that's good news. Like that is promising to see. Like I'm genuinely happy about that. Like let me just get rid of some of these. Let me just get rid of some of these. Let me just get rid of these. Let me replace this. Oh, more stuff. Hang on. What else have I got? Oh yeah, got some more info on some more youngsters. So Liverpool defender Welton Lucky is seen as a long-term option, but they're waiting to see the stance of Ibrahim's Konate contracts. The likelihood is the 19-year-old will renew a 4-year deal. So Liverpool see Welton Lucky as a potential 4th choice, 5th choice defender in the team. So I think that's quite interesting to see that we rate him that highly. Also wanted to show you this as well. This is about Liverpool spend. For context, Manchester United have had a net spend of 119 million, 133 million, and 190 million over the past 3 campaigns. That's the net spend of Manchester United. And this is what Liverpool have spent. This is wild, by the way. I'll show you this. This is wild. This is how good we are with money. Like, I don't think there's a better club out there like that can do what we do money-wise. That's Liverpool. -4, 96 million and 53 million in the last 3 years. Manchester United have spent more in 1 year. And we've still been competitive on all fronts every year with that kind of net spend. Crazy good, honestly. This one was from Alex Crook, by the way. I thought I'd bring it up. Understand Liverpool have already agreed terms with Hugo Ekitike's 6-year contract. LFC in talks with Frankfurt over a 70 million plus verbal offer. Liverpool have had strong relationship with Frankfurt and the deal is possible between 75 to 80 million. Clubs discussing structure, which may take a little time. Okay, now this is where I want to mention this. I don't think Hugo Ekitike is going to be a cash signing. I don't think he's going to be a cash signing. I think he's going to be a 4-year deal where you spread the money over 4 years. Because there's already reporters that have mentioned that Liverpool's striker that they sign will be spread for PSR. So I don't think we're going to be spending the whole 77 million. I think it's going to be spread over a number of years. And I think that's really important to know because that gives us even more money. That gives us even more money that we've got left. That means that if we spread 77 million over 4 years, because we've just done that with Frimpong. We've just spread the payments over 4 years, which means we've only spent over 3 years, which means we've only spent 10 million. If we spread 77 million divided by 4, it's 19.25 million, which means he could only cost us 20 million this year, which means we still have a lot more money left, which is why I'm saying do not rule out another big signing. Another big signing. Do not rule it out. Yeah, I know, they just signed him. I know. Yeah. What do you think then? Do you think he's going to go on loan? Do you think he's going to be anything like Oscar Bob, who's not done anything either, or Silvinho, who's not done anything either? Like, is that what you think? 70 million for Diaz. We want cash. We want cash. We're not messing around. We want to be paid, like, up front. If we're selling him to Saudi, we want upfront money. We want upfront money. The Nunez stuff, Napoli wanted to spread payments. They wanted all kinds of weird stuff. So did Atletico Madrid. Like, they wanted to spread stuff around as well. So I think it's cash. I think Elliot to West Ham is cash. I think Elliot to West Ham's cash. I think Canate will have to be cash. Like, there's no way we're taking installments for. There's no way we're taking installments for Canate. That would be pure cash. Yeah, I know he had a bad injury, but he's still done nothing. Like, he still did nothing before the bad injury. Like, so you just don't know. Like, I think Oscar Bob's like 23, 24 now. So, like, you just don't know. Like, he could be good, he could be shit. Who knows? He might not even make it. Like, I don't know. It's not my problem. He's not my player. More interested in our players. More interested in our players than other team players. I used to be interested in other team players, but now Liverpool are doing mental stuff that I'm like, I don't need to look at other team players. Like, I don't need to look at other players now. I can look at ours. So this is a list of all our biggest buys. Ekitike goes right in there between Virgil and Dom at 77. Ekitike would go in above Darwin Núñez because he'd be 100 million euros. So that's a big signing for Liverpool. And Rodrigo would also go in above Virgil van Dijk. So big signings, like this season, big signings. Like, we'd have 3 of our most expensive signings in the top 5 just for this transfer window. That's crazy. For me, that's crazy stuff. Like, that's really flexing. That's doing stuff that Liverpool haven't done before. And this is where I want to bring this up as well, because this is all you need to know about why we never spent money. Okay? So I'm going to read you this out. Yeah? And this is from Jurgen Klopp. All right? I'm actually going to put my face on this as well. Okay? So I'll read you out the original. In fact, no, I'm going to read you this out here. Okay? So Jurgen Klopp believes Florian Wirtz's time at Liverpool will be defined by the answer to one main question. The legendary Reds boss is a vocal supporter of the club's swoop for the German superstar, but no success is no guarantee. Wirtz inked a 5-year deal with Liverpool in June as he made a 100 million switch from Bayer Leverkusen. That could rise to 116 million with add-ons. The major question for Klopp is, where will Wirtz fit in? Yes, he will establish himself, although, of course, I don't know exactly which position Arne Slot has in mind. There are an array of options open to Slot. Arguably, Wirtz's best position is a central attacking midfielder. Alternatively, Slot could look to deploy Wirtz in a false 9. Another idea would to shove Wirtz out wide, perhaps to the left wing. This is not a position he is overly accustomed with, but given how Luis Diaz's future is up in the air, interest from Barcelona and Bayern Munich, he could be asked to play there sometimes. Alternatively, Wirtz could be asked to play in a deeper role as a number 8. This could make sense if Slot wanted to deploy a midfield 3 with Dominic Szoboszlai, still given some reign, and alongside him with one star. Likely either Gravenberch or McAllister, sitting as the number 6. There is no doubt about Wirtz's destructive ability, and as such, Slot will likely want to maximize chances of getting him into dangerous areas. Okay, so first of all, what I want to say is this guy just never shuts up. Like, this guy isn't a Liverpool manager. He's nothing to do with Liverpool anymore. Like, stop talking about us. Stop talking about us. Like, you are employed by another club now. Like, I don't care what you think about Wirtz. Like, you wouldn't pony up any money to buy him. So shut up. Like, and even if we had you this season, we wouldn't have signed Wirtz. We wouldn't have signed Wirtz because we wouldn't have had Edwards, and we wouldn't have had Hughes. We would have had you, Jurgen. You would have been the director of football, or you would have had another mate be the director of football, and you wouldn't have paid 100 million because you said you would never pay 100 million for a player. You would rather walk out the door. So shut up about our players and our signings. None of your business now. Like, I know, mate. I know. It's so annoying. Like, I really hope that, like, we put some kind of gag order on him. He put some kind of gag order on him so he shuts up. Oh. What Klopp did is he just won't shut up. And now he's talking about Florian Wirtz. Oh, my God. It did sound more like an AI answer. You're right. It did sound a bit AI, but it was by the Times newspaper. It's by the Times newspaper. So maybe it was AI. Maybe they just did it. They just stuck it in ChatGPT. Yeah. Maybe they just stuck it in ChatGPT. Yeah. What else have I got for you? Oh, this one. Oh, this one was funny. Liverpool know that Bayern Munich have offered 100 million for Florian Wirtz before they signed him, so they want at least 100 million for Luis Diaz. No shit, Sherlock. So this one's interesting. So according to Martha, Barcelona are hopeful that any more purchases will help other players towards Anfield's exit door and benefit them. So basically, Barcelona are hoping that because we're signing players, we will sell Luis Diaz on the cheap to them. That's what they're hoping. That's what Barcelona are hoping. Like, fingers crossed that Liverpool decide to just sell him on the cheap. Like, even though we've been offered 60 million already for him and Barcelona offered 40. Yeah. Like, they're hoping we just go, you know what? You can have him for 50 million, even though we turned down 60. Like, Barcelona are mad. I'm sorry. Barcelona are mad. Madness, honestly. Funny. What else have I got? What more have I got to show you? Oh, this one's interesting. This one was by David Ornstein. David Ornstein, Federico Chiesa is considered an option down the middle for Liverpool. I'll ask you in the chat now. Yeah. Does anybody think that Chiesa will stay next season and he will be our backup number 9 next season? Does anyone think that Chiesa stays and he's our backup 9 next season? What do you reckon? TD, we weren't actually shit. We went shit. We finished second twice. We finished second twice before Jurgen. We finished second with Brendan Rodgers, and we finished second with Rafa Benitez. We went shit, and we won cups. Like we weren't shit. Like that is a fact. Like we still challenged. The question is, were we better because we had Michael Edwards as the director of football? Like because our signings were better? That's the question. That's really the question you need to ask yourself. Like if Brendan Rodgers had Mo Salah, Fabinho, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson in goal, and he had a Trent Alexander-Arnold because he didn't have him then, and he had a Mane. Do you think Brendan Rodgers could have won the league? Do you think Rafa Benitez might have got over the line? Like that's the question I need to ask because they were all signings by Michael Edwards. So is it the manager and the director of football that made us amazing? Because we had a terrible director of football in Kamoli before Edwards. Terrible director of football. Terrible. Ian Ayre was a terrible director of football. Like, so you have to ask yourself that question. You have to ask yourself that question. Like, we won trophies. We won cups. We won FA Cups. We won League Cups. We challenged for the league. We just didn't win it. Like, we won it once with Jurgen. So if we'd have won it once with Brendan Rodgers when we were only 4 points behind, and we'd have won it once with Rafa Benitez when we were only 2 points behind, would you say they were legendary? Because Rafa Benitez won the Champions League and he also got us to a final. Like I've had this conversation over a lot. And I don't want to get into the conversation of who is better, who is worse, but you have to look at the whole dynamics. Jurgen Klopp had a shit ton of brilliant players. Brendan Rodgers didn't sign a lot of good players. Rafa Benitez had a pretty poor spell of signing players. Like, that's the question. That's all I'm saying. Like, you give a Rodgers and a Rafa Benitez and Michael Edwards as your director of football, I think they could have done more. I think they could have won the league and challenged more. I do. Because I think if you've got an unbelievable squad, you don't need to be a fantastic manager. I don't think you need to be a fantastic manager if you have an unbelievable squad and some good coaches. That's the question. So Benitez and Rodgers didn't even touch Klopp's shoes. So where did Benitez and Rodgers finish? And what did they win? Yeah? Because look, I've had this conversation with loads of different people, okay? I really have. Jurgen Klopp won pretty much all of the trophies in the space of 2 years. Okay? He won pretty much all of his trophies in the space of 2 years, apart from the league. Okay? He won the Champions League, he won the Club World Cup. He won a Charity Shield. He won a League Cup. He won all of them in a year. Yeah. And then he won another League Cup and another FA Cup the year later. He won them all in the space of about 2 years. Like, this wasn't like a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup every single year. It never happened like that. It never happened like that. Sorry. Like, it never happened like that. I don't want to get into this conversation. Like, he was brilliant for us and he won us a league title. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Not dissing him at all. But I do need him to be quiet now and let us get on with what we're doing and not talk about the players that we're signing and not say that, well, I wasn't given 100 million, like, and sound like you're a bit bitter. Like, you walked away, mate. You could still be here. You could still be here. But if Jurgen was here, do you think we signed Florian Wirtz? If Jurgen was here, do you think we signed Frimpong? If Jurgen was here, do you think we signed Kirkes? Because I don't. Because I think Robbo still plays. I think Trent would have stayed. I think Nunes would have carried on for another year. Like I think Alexis McAllister would still be in the 6. Like, I think Gravenberch is probably on the bench. That's what I think would have happened. Like, I think we probably would have had a defender crisis last season and not won anything because we'd have had all our defenders injured. That I think that's what would have happened. Like that going by what has happened, I'm only going by history. History repeats itself. History repeats itself with Jurgen. History repeated itself with his defenders. History repeated himself with his midfielders. That's how it goes. Never learned his lessons. Continued with the same scenarios. Continued with the same players over and over again. Mack would have been in the 6. You know Mack would have been in the 6. If it wasn't Mack, it would have been Endo. So it would have been Endo and Mack in midfield last season with Dominic Szoboszlai in an 8. Wouldn't have played him in a 10 because he doesn't play that. He doesn't play double pivot, remember? So he would have had 3 midfielders again. Like, we would have had 3 midfielders again. So it would have been Mack, Endo, and Dominic Szoboszlai. Like, that would have been your midfield. And Calamity Robbo on the left still, and Trent would have played all season. Like, and Konate would have got injured. And then we would have had to play Gomez, and then Gomez would have got injured. Then we'd have to play Quansah. And then I don't know what that would have ended up like. Maybe Virgil would have got injured. I don't know. Who knows? But it is what it is. Like, do you really think you would have been able to handle all the injuries? Like, you think that would have gone well? Like, I don't know. We wouldn't have bought anyone. We still wouldn't have bought anyone. Anyway, like I was saying, nothing to do with what I've just been saying now, is I don't even know where I was now. Totally lost my train of thought. Let's talk about Salah. So next season, how many goals do you think Mo Salah will get next season? That was my question to the chat. 200 of you in here. Hit the like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. How close do you think Salah is going to get to? Who do you think he can reach next season? Do you think he'll overtake Wayne Rooney next season? In the chat. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think Mo will overtake Rooney next season? In the chat. That's 186 minus 208. 22 goals. That's quite a lot. Do you think Mo could score 22 goals next season in the Prem? Do you think he could score 22 goals next season, Mo, in the Prem? Because he overtakes Rooney. And he's still got a year left on his contract, which means he's only 5 goals away from Kane. He'd only be 5 goals away from Kane the following season. If Mo stays 2 seasons, how many goals do you think Mo could get in the next 2 seasons at Liverpool? So if we look at 260 minus 186, that's 74 goals. Mo isn't going to score 74 goals in two seasons, is he? So say Mo stays for 3 years. Say we get him for another year. Yeah. Say we put him on an extra year contract. Yeah. So Mo would be 32, 33, 34, 35. So Mo would be 35. If Mo is only, okay, so 74 goals he'll need to get to Shearer. So 74 divided by 3. Mo needs to have an average of 24 goals per season to get to Shearer in the next 3 years. I don't think Mo could do that. I don't think Mo could get 24 goals per season. But say he got 30 goals next season, yeah, and then he got 20. That puts him on 50. Then he needs 24 more goals to get to. Sorry, then he needs 24 more goals to get to Shearer. Do you think Mo would sign another 2-year contract to get that record? Do you think he would? I think that's a really difficult one for Mo. Like, if he's that close, like he's 24 goals away. Like, he's 24 goals away to get to get to Shearer. That would be really. I don't know what he'd be like because he'd be second. So he'd be second. You know, he would be on 260 minus what was it? 30 goals plus 20 minus 50. So Mo would be on. Shit, what am I doing? Hang on. So that's 24 goals. Yeah, so that's 260 minus 24 equals. Okay, so Mo would be on 236 goals. So say Mo got 30 goals this season, yeah, coming. And then the next season he got 20, yeah. Then he would be on 236 goals. And his contract would be going to expire. Do you think Mo would stay another 2 years to try and break that record? To try and break that record of 260? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Stop talking about Klopp. Like, stop talking about. Who cares about Klopp now? He's gone. Okay, we're talking about Slot now. Klopp was a legend. He won us everything. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Let's talk about Klopp. Let's talk about Klopp. Let's talk about Salah. Let's talk about Salah and the records. Yeah. Let's talk about Salah and the records. Okay, so if Mo could get to 236 goals in his next 2 years, which is 50 goals. Sorry, 50 goals. He only needs 24 goals to get from 236 to 260. Do you think Mo would stay another 2 years? Do you think he'd stay another 2 years? What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not showing any respect to legends? What? Who are the legends? I love Klopp, but he wasn't perfect, as some of you seem to believe he is. He has faults and just someone have it. Yeah, no, that's true, Redbird. It's true. Look, he won everything. It's fine. Like, he won everything. He was great. He could have won more, by the way. Like, he could have won more. Like, I regret that Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Alisson hadn't won more trophies. I do. I regret it. Like I think it's not fair that they had a 2-year barren run, like, of not winning anything. Like, I totally regret that. Like, I don't think that's fair. Like, that they had a 2-year barren run, because we were garbage for 2 years. Like, we were garbage for 2 years. Okay, let's just say it how it is. Like, we weren't good for 2 years under Jurgen. Like, we weren't. Like, we had seasons where we finished 5th and 8th. So he wasn't perfect. He was not perfect. He had to make big decisions, and he didn't make them. He had to get rid of some of his players. He had to get rid of some of his staff. It was obvious, but he didn't. And it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Like, Jurgen was really lucky to win a trophy on his last season. Are we all going to be honest here? Are we all going to be completely honest? Because we won the Carabao Cup with kids. We won the Carabao Cup with kids, okay? Are we going to be honest? Like, can everyone stop glazing Jurgen? Because Jurgen wasn't good for the last year. Like, he wasn't good. He wasn't good for the last 2 years. Like, he wasn't. Like, he started playing this inverted shit, which basically ruined Trent, made us all hate him a lot. Also made us hate Harvey Elliott because he played him in central midfield and kind of ruined him. Also played Cody Gakpo completely out of position. Also played Ryan Gravenberch, so he was shit. Like, people have faults, and I am critical. I am critical about those faults. But we seem to have just forgotten that we were shit with Jurgen sometimes. We were really bad at the back, conceded a shit ton of goals. We conceded more goals in the first 15 minutes than every other team apart from Sheffield United in one season. He signed an absolute donkey in Núñez. And don't forget that, because everybody else in the backroom staff wanted Alexander Isak, that you're all having babies over. That was Jurgen. Okay? Like, the guy does not walk on water. He doesn't. What he did do is he walked out the club. And look, we've all got our bits. We've all got our things that we want to say about people. Yeah? I had a bee in my bonnet about Jurgen for a while, and I wanted him gone. I wanted him gone after we tried to win everything and we came short and won the Tin Pot Cups. We lost the Champions League and we lost the league. And we won the FA Cup and we won the League Cup on penalties. And we didn't deserve either in those games. We were outplayed massively by Chelsea in both games. But we managed to win on penalties. Saying it how it is. Sorry, saying it how it is. And we put eggs in baskets that we didn't need to put eggs in baskets. We did not need to go for everything. We needed to win one of the big ones. One of the big ones. Get me a second league or get me a second Champions League. And you failed. You failed. Sorry, you failed. You failed. Like, there's no other way to describe it. You failed. And then you didn't invest. And you kept playing Hendo, Fabinho, and all the other donkeys that were knackered and just had nothing left in them. And we were garbage. And we were garbage the next season. Like, I wanted him gone after that because it made sense. Big clear out. Get rid of all the old players. Sell them. Make some money off them. In the end, you didn't make any money off them because then half of them walked out the door on freeze. But look, he won everything. He won us a league title for the first time. I can't deny that. It was amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And respect. But sometimes things get old. Sometimes things get stale. And you just have someone for too long. And even Mo Salah said it. Sorry, but Mo Salah said it last season. He said it was so good to hear a different voice. So good to hear a different voice. And he felt like something was different at the club. He felt like players were given more responsibility. Like, oh, Jurgen never asked me to set people up. Like, I'm a really creative player, but Jurgen never asked me to do that. Well, fucking whoopee do. If you're a fucking really brilliant creative player, then the first thing Slot's going to do is say, start creating goals for others, mate. If you're so good. I mean, you can say that, mate. He spent over 750 million. Like, still spending a shit ton of money. I'm not getting drawn into it. You're right. I'm not getting drawn. You know what, Colin? You're spot on. I am not getting drawn into it. He didn't leave at the right time. He did not leave at the right time. He should have left earlier, but I'm not getting drawn into it. I'm not getting drawn into it. Okay. Oh, TD, I'm not even going to answer your question, mate. I'm sorry. Anyway, what I was saying was, do you think Mo would stay another 2 years if he is close to that number? If Mo's close to that number of 260, do you think Mo would sign another 2-year contract at Liverpool? Because the next contract isn't up to the club. I just don't think it is. I think the next contract renewal with Mo and Virgil is up to Mo and Virgil. I think it's up to them. I don't think it's up to the club, because they'd have been at the club so long that it would have literally been the club saying to them, look, guys, do you want to stay? Like, it's up to you whether you stay. Like, you're guaranteed, we're going to keep you as long as you want to stay. Like, because they are just legends. They will be legends. Like, there's a chance that Mo and Virg could win another 2 Premier Leagues and another 2 Champions Leagues in the next 2 years with the type of squad that we're building. There's a chance they could. And then it's a case of, well, if Mo's that close to Alan Shearer's record and Harry Kane stays in Germany, then there's a viable chance that Mo goes, you know what, I'll stay for another 2 years. If I could get 14 goals in the Prem, then I can beat his record. And I don't think anyone is going to get close to that record apart from Haaland if he stays long enough. And I just think that's mad. I just think that's mad. And we haven't even talked about Ian Rush's record. How close could he get to that? That's another conversation. That is definitely another conversation to have. Anyway, I've been really rattled by that Jurgen Klopp stuff. So I'm going to have another quick look at news. And if there's nothing new to add, then I'm heading out of here, because that kind of rattled me and I don't want to be rattled. What's that? What is that from Ivan? So, okay, so I just want to quickly check on this to see whether this is legit. No, 2x2k. Is it? Let me just double check. No, it's not. Okay, it's not real, so I'm not going to check. By the way, I'm just asking the chat, has Indy Cala done anything new? Has Indy Cala done any? Has he got an announcement to make at 10:30? Indy Cala? Can you let me know in the chat? Has Indy Cala come out with anything? Is there anything Indy Cala's posted that's coming out? Okay, so apparently Man United have signed Brian Mbeumo, 70 million. So that's breaking from Indy Cala. So Brian Mbeumo will be at Man United, but they still have a garbage defense and midfield. So we'll see how that pans out for them. And they've also got no wingers that are any good. So we'll see what happens there. Actually, I can do a quick update on Harvey Elliott for you. Elliott, Morton. Yeah. I think this is a deal which will happen. And this was 2 days ago. So let me show you this. This is on West Ham's. This is on a West Ham page. 2 seconds. Look. If you took offence from me saying things about Jurgen Klopp, then that is just my opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. All right, like that doesn't mean that I'm not a Liverpool fan and I don't want the best for us, and you don't want to watch my shows anymore, because that's just pathetic. I'm sorry. Like if you can't respect other people's opinions, then I don't want you on my channel anyway, because it's all about debates. It's all about debate. It's all about talking about things, and not everybody agrees with everything, because we're all humans. Yeah, some people don't agree with some things. Some people agree with other things. That's just the way it is. Like some people might want to cut their kids' dicks off because they want them to be a woman. Like I don't agree with that at all, but that might be other people's opinions. Okay, some people might be Democrats, some people might be Republicans, some people might think that it's good to have loads of illegal immigrants coming into our country. Some people might think it's not. Okay, that's just opinions. Okay, and we're football supporters, but we all love Liverpool, and it's all about our club being better and getting better and staying at the top. And that's all I ever wanted. It's all I ever wanted. Okay. I'll give you an update on Elliott and Morton. So Elliott and Morton are on holiday now because they won the England under-21s tournament. And if anyone thinks the England under-21 tournament is like something to behold, and they are world beaters because they won that, no, they're not. No, they're not. They played a load of players that aren't even in most first teams. Okay, they played a load of players that they're not in first teams of a lot of teams. Okay, so it's a bit of a tournament. Okay, that's how it is for me. So he's probably got a bit more of money on his pay, on his transfer fee, because he had a good tournament. But he's still a squad player. Like he's still a squad player. A lot of squad players are in that. Like the England under-21 goalkeeper, does anyone know who he is? Like, I'll ask you that question. Does anybody know half some of the England under-21 team was? Because there was loads of players that I didn't even know who they were. Like I didn't even know what club some of them played for. Like, but I knew Harvey Elliott played for, obviously. But here's the West Ham stuff. So, rumours are that Elliott and Tyler Morton are on the hit list. This was by Alex Brook, that are on the hit list. So they've got 54 million for Mohamed Kudus. They've signed El Hadji Malik Diouf. I think they signed him for like 19 million. And they're looking to invest that money into Elliott and Morton. And that makes a lot of sense. Like Elliott can play wings, and Morton's a good central midfielder. They're two good signings for West Ham. Like, I don't think West Ham are expecting to be in the top 10 next year. Like, I just don't. Oh, God, like literally, have I literally just said that everybody's entitled to their opinion? So you're entitled to your opinion as well. Like, I know there's some people that dislike me because of what I said about Jurgen, but you know what? I'm not going to change my opinion. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm really not going to lie. Like, I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Big up TD. Big up TD. Big up USA Copite. Big up. I mean, it should be. It should all be about Slot right now, shouldn't it? He's just won the league. Like, he's signing all of these players for his team. Like, it should all be about Slot right now, shouldn't it? Shouldn't we be all about Slot? Shouldn't we be talking about Slot? Like, why is Jurgen Klopp still taking up the headlines? Like he took up the headlines about what he did with Trent, like, by saying that the fans should do whatever they should do. Like, you know what I mean? It really gets on my nerves now because he's not even at our club. Like, he literally is employed by Leipzig. Like, you left Liverpool. Like, you walked away from the club. Like, so stop talking about the club. Like talk about your own club. I've never heard him talk about Leipzig, by the way. Has anyone heard him do interviews about Leipzig? Because I haven't. Like, everything that makes the news is Liverpool. Everything that makes the news is Liverpool. So I'm fine. Like, just talk about Slot now. Like, because he deserves to have all the attention. He deserves to have all the plaudits because he's just won the league with a month to go. Like, I did go off on a tangent. I did. I shouldn't have. Antoine, I shouldn't have. You're absolutely right. You know what? I'm going to roll this all the way back. It is totally my fault for going off on a tangent about him. I apologize. Okay? I apologize. All right. Do not hate me on all that stuff I said, because I went off on a tangent. Okay? And it annoyed me. It annoyed me. Okay? So, yeah. What's that? Sorry, Slot. Yeah, I know, but it was good that he did. Like, I thought that was Slot being just being the cool guy he is. Like, you know. I don't know what conversation you're having here. Like, I don't know what conversation you're having, Liverpool. Like, what's the whole conversation about? Yeah, I don't know what the conversation is here. Like, I do go on other people's shows. I do. And I tend not to speak about Jurgen for that reason. I'm going to delete the video. Well, I am. What video? Well, this video. Nah, this video stays. No, I'm not apologizing per se for everything that I said. I'm apologizing for going on the tangent about Jurgen, okay? Because nobody wants to hear that, okay? I'm not apologizing for what I said because I mean what I say, but I'm apologizing for taking you on that tangent. You didn't need to go on that tangent. Like, you didn't need to go on that journey with me. The show wasn't about that. The show was about new transfers, and we talked about some new transfers in Ekitike, Rodrigo, and Guehi. So yeah, all right. I'm tired now. Okay, I'm tired. I've done an hour and a half. It's late. All right, and it's really hot in this room. All right, so I'm going to leave you all. I'm going to transfer you over to another show. I really appreciate everyone that subscribed. I hit 1,500 subscribers yesterday. Amazing. Appreciate that so much. My next goal is 2,000. I'm sure I'll get there soon. Thanks to you lot. You've been great. Also, thanks for becoming members. I'm nearly back to 200 again, which is wonderful. I'll be doing a rabbit hole show where I won't talk about Jurgen on Sunday. Okay. So if you'll remember, you can check that out. I'm going to have a rest. I'm going to go down. I'm going to watch a new TV show called The Institution with my wife. Go and check it out. It looks pretty good. It's called The Institution. So I'm going to go and check that out. And I'll be giving you more information tomorrow. If there's loads of stuff that drops in the morning, then I'll probably be live in the afternoon. But if not, I might go live tomorrow evening, or I might just do Hussam's show later. So you might see me on Hussam's later, okay? But before I go, exactly, Mikey, 21 for 20. Do it for Diogo. And I'm going to transfer you over to another show now, all right? Thanks, everyone, for being here. Who is live? Let's have a look. I'm not going to send you to the Irishman. I'm not going to send you to the Irishman, okay? I'm going to send you over to 12th Man. You can go and check out 12th Man, okay? 12th Man is live. He's just come back. He's been in hospital for a while, so wish him good health. And you can put get well. Actually, no, you can just put Kmack Raid. Just put Kmack Raid. That's not it. Just put Kmack Raid. Ugh. Yeah, just put Kmack Raid in there. Oh, big up, Drunk. Big up, mate. Oh, Jamie's on big up. Jamie, put your link in the chat, mate. Jamie, put your link in the chat. I'm going to send you over to 12th Man anyway, yeah? But Jamie's going to put his link in the chat for Big Up. So go over to Big Up and check him out on Big Up now, okay? Yeah, I know that was funny when Irishman had a big panic when there was like 300 people in the chat. I thought it was funny as well. I thought it was funny now. But go and raid 12th Man now though, and then head over to Jamie's Big Up channel, okay? All right, I will see